weekly Wednesday webinar. Today we're going to be talking about Sage estimating, and I will be guiding you through a product selection comparison between the different options offered with Sage. I'm Leilani Evans again, Construction Software Sales Associate at TAG. We specialize in the Sage construction software systems for estimating, project management, document management, accounting, and so much more. We're happy to help you talk through, evaluate, just consider upgrading your software systems, utilizing our services and our expertise in the industry. Let's get started. So we're going to be talking about basic estimating, core plus estimating, and all of the different feature comparisons, the integrations, the licensing itself. So let's talk about licensing first. You'll see up in the right-hand corner, basic estimating is part of Sage 100 Contractor. So it is only available to Sage 100 Contractor accounting system users. It's an actual added module within the system, so it appears once you've purchased. It is concurrent licensing, just like our accounting system. So it will share licenses with the rest of accounting and project management. So when you purchase the add-on, you'll purchase it once. It'll then become available to all of the other users that you make it available to with your security settings, And you'll want to purchase then additional Sage 100 Contractor licenses to accommodate for those additional estimating users. So let's move on to the difference with core estimating and core plus estimating. So core estimating is the less robust version of the core plus estimating. Core plus estimating has all of the add-ons available to it. It is available to Sage 100 Contractor accounting users, Sage 300 CRE as well, or you can utilize it as a standalone system. It is concurrent licensing for the estimating platform itself, so it does not share with accounting or project management. It is completely separate. You'll also want to note that it's separate from the digital takeoff solution licenses. So it's concurrent seats only for who's going to be logged in at the estimating, within the estimating system itself. When you purchase this system, you'll be purchasing one license of this for each concurrent seat. So each user that you'd like to have access to it at one time. The other thing that I'll mention, just to elaborate on the difference between core estimating and core plus estimating, in terms of cost, core plus estimating is the same cost as core estimating with two of the available 3 add-ons. So the 3 add-ons available to core estimating are models, cruise, and advanced reporting. And we'll talk a little bit about the functionality, but if you purchase core estimating and purchase 2 of the 3 add-ons, it then equates to the same cost as getting core plus estimating. So we usually let our customers know that if you need at least 2 of those, it's better to just purchase the core plus estimating, and that way you have it. We have some customers that add on gradually, so you can utilize that information as you see fit. We'll move on here, and we'll start to dive into the integrations for the digital takeoff and the accounting. Again, I talked a little bit about the accounting system and which accounting system works with those estimating solutions. So I'll reiterate there, basic estimating is only available if you are a Sage 100 Contractor user. So we do have some folks who really want the estimating functionality, and they just are not really ready for all of the accounting that comes with it. It's a great cost and benefit, especially if you're doing a subscription. So that is another difference, is that it's available with subscription, so you can pay a monthly fee to have access to this. Again, such tight integration. So when you're talking about sending information from your estimate to the accounting system, you've got your budget, change orders, proposals, purchase orders, subcontracts, RFPs, work orders, and service work orders, all easily generated and exported to the accounting system. So it is that great benefit of having everything in one centralized place. So even if you want to start with estimating, roll that out now and kind of gradually roll out the accounting system and project management. That's a great option for anyone starting out and maybe coming off of Excel and wanting to get onto a more database-driven system. It's well priced, and we'll talk a little bit about digital takeoff because that's the other piece of it. So PlanSwift is usually what we'll recommend for our basic estimating users that are looking for that digital takeoff solution. It was once supported and sold by Sage. It no longer is. However, a lot of our customers still see the benefit by utilizing a third-party plugin available through a third party called Data Channel. This plugin allows for the information to flow back and forth between PlanSwift and basic estimating. So it's just like you're using one system. It's super tightly integrated with that plugin, and it's seamless. You won't feel any kind of disconnect between the two. So if you're integrating all of it, you're looking for a good starter system to have all of that flow through super tightly. Basic estimating within Sage 100 Contractor with PlanSwift is a great option. Let's talk a little bit about Core and Core Plus estimating. So the digital takeoff integration available is eTakeoff. It is sold and supported by Sage. It is one of the Sage products that are offered through their catalog. So it works with a bridge integrator that connects Core and Core Plus estimating to eTakeoff. So it is very robust, gives you a lot of capability, definitely more robust than the previous that we were speaking about. And with that, you have the capability to utilize and send your budget into either Sage 100 Contractor or Sage 300 Series. Again, that integration is less robust than with basic estimating. You're limited to sending that information to your budget and your change orders, and that's about it. So depending on what your needs are within your team, if you Core Plus might be right for you. But we could talk a little bit more about that. Feel free to contact me if you'd like to talk about more specifics about your team or your industry. Let's jump into integrations with scheduling and cost databases. This is a big piece and might be really important to you in particular. So for basic estimating, you have a scheduling piece available within the accounting system. Again, that tight integration allows you to utilize it all the way through. So you can take your takeoff and build out your schedule with your equipment and vendors, subcontractors, and employees already connected to those items in your database, and easily build out a schedule. From that schedule, you can create notices to let people know of delays, or maybe if your project is running ahead of schedule, you can easily create those notices just as you would the purchase orders. With a couple clicks of a button, and you can generate hundreds of them very easily. So it's a great way to just have everything in one place, since all of the parts and your vendors, they're all shared within the same database. So that's the one thing. When we're talking about Core or Core Plus estimating, this integrates with Microsoft Project and Primavera, so that's there for you if you are using something that's definitely more robust in terms of scheduling and you need that functionality. So let's talk about the database, cost databases. This is something that may be very important to you, or perhaps you have your own customized database that you're using and you want to use that instead. So if that's the case and you have something, as long as it's in a CSV file or Excel file, you can upload or import new costs, new prices on your items easily into Sage 100 Contractor. It's as easy as attaching a file and then just telling the system where those columns are going to be going into the system. So if you get your prices updated from your vendors, or maybe you're purchasing or subscribing to cost industry database, we have a few connections. If that's something that's important to you, is to have all of that easily updated. Sage 100 Contractor won't give you any limitations in that sense. However, there are no available databases that you can purchase from Sage that automatically update. When we're talking about Core Plus estimating, you have RSMeans and other knowledge-based databases that are actually supported by Sage. So you could purchase it out of the box from Sage, make changes to these databases and these items, and then you can save it, and it'll, as long as you're on your maintenance plan, it'll continue to be updated for you yearly. Okay, so let's talk about some of the other big difference capabilities. We'll talk about the database, spreadsheet capabilities, and reporting, and how they differ between Basic and Core Plus. The first is the database, which we kind of talked a little bit about. Definitely, there are a lot of limitations with what you can do. If, you know, uploading and updating your pricing is really the most important thing. 100 Contractor will definitely meet your needs. However, Core Plus has a lot of different features, including geographical cost index pricing, multiple prices per item, and then productivity factors, those types of things. If you get really detailed with those costs, that's going to be something that might gravitate you towards Core Plus a little bit more. So definitely take a look at how that might affect you if you're, you know, thinking about going with basic estimating and thinking about the limitations that it might put on you. So spreadsheet capabilities, both basic estimating and Core Plus estimating offer customizable spreadsheet layouts. So if you're a user of Sage 100 Contractor, you'll find that familiar blue and white grid that feels just like Excel. You have notes that you can add, totals, and it will also auto scan for incomplete items, just as Core Plus would do. However, Core Plus has some additional features. You can combine assemblies, estimate overlines. It has that real-time autosave that will happen automatically, versus within Sage 100 Contractor, you have to click the save record or it's gone. And you can also open multiple estimates at a time, whereas with 100 Contractor, you're limited to just the one in your view. Reporting. So both 100 Contractor Basic Estimating and Core Plus will offer custom reporting, so you'll be able to change the fonts, the placement of you know, certain items, the header and the footer. You can change the look and feel of it, the style that you're going for when you're talking about your takeoff report, proposals, things like that. And they both will export to PDF or Excel, and with 100 Contractor you can even export it into Word as well. But Core Plus will really give you that detailed reporting, things like indirect cost allocation, bill of materials reporting, spreadsheet reporting. It'll report on sort sequences and cost variance, as well as comparison reporting. So if you have that advanced reporting add-on with Core or Core Plus, that's really only available within the more robust option there. So now that we've kind of gone through some of the big differences, one thing I will also mention is the implementation time. Since Core Plus is so much more robust, that implementation time is going to be a little bit longer, more complex, more detailed, more training, more custom setup with the database, because you can do so much more. So you want to think about the level of expertise of your estimators, and you know how much they can handle, how much they'll actually use, because you don't want to waste your resources on something that's not going to be useful for you in the end. So I hope that was super helpful. I'll just pop into a couple of the screenshots that I have of what these look like. Basic estimating looks and feels exactly like the rest of the system. So same language, same grids and the tabs, buttons, that's all there. And what you can see here in this screenshot is the export functionality to all of those items that we talked about that have that tight integration. So you can see the budget there, change orders, proposal, purchase orders, RFPs, subcontracts, and then if you're doing work orders, you can export to there. So you have that all available within just a drop-down menu on the toolbar up there. This here is a bid summary tab, so you can have a view of how all your totals are doing. You can add in, insurance, tax, and bonding on the previous tab, and then apply your margin override or percentage or dollar markup in this screen as well. So really simple, easy view of things. Again, looks and feels a lot like Excel and the rest of the accounting system. So this is just a recap view. Gives you another perspective of all of these totals and how you'd like to look at this. And then you've got your buttons down at the bottom that give you some more detail and some more options. Let's look at core estimating. It too looks very spreadsheet driven, but you can tell that it's a lot more detailed. There's definitely more capability. It's more robust here with all of the detail that you're looking at in these columns. And then a little bit more of a view here. You have the grid at the bottom that you could take a look at just to kind of compare the look and feel between core estimating and Sage 100 Contractor Estimating Basics. That was my assistance to you on selecting the right estimating tool for you, your company, and your team. Again, you want to look at what you'd be compromising, what you'd be gaining by choosing this particular solution for the accounting system that you have, for the team that you're working with and deploying this with. So all of those things, super important. Of course, I can help you talk through your budget, the period of time that you can dedicate to this project. Those are all really important things to make sure that you're successful in the end with this product, because we want to make sure you're profitable and that you're getting your ROI here. If you'd like more information, or if you'd like a full demonstration of any one of these systems, feel free to email me directly, leilani.evans@teamtag.net. Visit our website, teamtag.net, for more information, videos, and other resources to help you be more successful. And of course, always welcome to give us a call anytime, and I'll help you walk through this. Thanks so much for joining. Have a great day.